Okay, so I'm using Flash CS3 Professional. I've also used Professional 8 and MX, and there's not that many differences. It's just really layout differences and how the program looks, and also ActionScript. It's just the ActionScript is just the coding in Flash to make games, etc. And number 3 is different to number 2, but I'm more advanced than number 2. But we won't be doing any coding today. It's only basic animation, so it doesn't really matter what file you do. But just for certain reasons, just do 2. But if you don't have that option, just make a new document. Doesn't matter what version of Flash you're using. This is a frame. As you see, it's white, it's blank. Just draw something on him, on there. Watch the frame. When I draw something on it, it will go grey. That means there's something on it. Now, I have keyboard shortcuts for frames. It's just a default thing in Flash. You should be able to do it. So press F6 to copy the previous frame. Watch my timeline up here. I just pressed F6. It copied the previous frame. If I press F7, it'll make a new one. But we don't need to do that right now. You just copy the previous frame and draw something animated on it. Like, I'm just going to make him waving. His arm just comes out of the side and starts waving. If I can get it right. There we go. That's on frame 2, but on frame 1 he doesn't have that arm. If you turn on onion skin, it fades the frame in front or behind, or you can drag this thing. If you have more than, if you drag this thing around up here like that, you can control how many frames you want to see. Down here, faded. But we'll just leave it there. That's faded, and then we'll just click there, like that. Press F6 again to copy that frame, and get the eraser tool and get rid of that arm. And onion skin is still turned on, so you can see the previous frame where there's a difference in the picture. Oops. And then add in another arm, or next motion, movement, whatever you want to call it. There we go. Now press F6 again, and keep doing that process. Make sure you rub out his arm though. Like that. I'll just fix that up a bit. It's a bit messy. Like that. There you go. And just keep doing that process. I'll show you how it's done, but just watch and learn. And there's a simple wave motion. And now we need to make his arm go back down. So to save time animating it, all we need to do, I'm just going to fix up his head here. I accidentally rubbed out a bit. It's going to look a bit funny in the animation if I don't fix that up. Okay, now copy the previous frame and just basically make the animation go backwards, but paste the frames in front of the current animation. This is right click, by the way, to get this menu here in the timeline. And that's the next one. Copy frames. paste frames. Just try and keep note of the numbers up here. It helps you keep track of where you're up to. I'm on frame 4 at the moment. Paste. Frame 3. You can also see the number down here of the current frame. Okay, now let's watch the animation. Woo! His arm's a bit a bit thinned out in some areas, but gives it a perspective in some way. Now have a go and see what you come up with. And if you're doing a different type of animation where it's not just copying, you can also just, I'll just show you. There's the animation there, but we'll just do it here. If you want something like switching animation, you can do little stick figure guy, like that. Press F7 to make a new frame and turn on onion skin, and then do him over here. And you can just do all sorts of animation and play around with it. Whee! Check that out. And it's a bit fast. If you want to change the FPS, which is frames per second, double click here, or you can go to modify document, and just change that. The lower the number, the slower; the higher, the faster. Default for Flash is 12, which is a very good speed for basic animations, I've noticed. You put him on 5 and then you'll be able to see a bigger difference. Like that. There you have it. Yeah. Now, send me a link to what you create. I'd love to see what my tutorial brought you to do. Anyway, have fun.